Good evening, everyone. At this time, I'll call to order the regularly scheduled board meeting for the Village of Midlothian, Wednesday, February 26, 2025, at 7 p.m. Roll call, please, Clerk Musker.
Trustee Burbett? Here. Trustee Caveney?
Here.
Trustee Crowley?
Here.
Trustee Hilly?
Here.
Trustee Johnson?
Here.
Trustee Killily?
Here.
Mayor LaRue?
Here.
You have a quorum, sir.
Thank you, sir. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence for a fallen veteran. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. At this time, I'll open the floor to public comment. Is there any public comment tonight? Please step to the microphone and state your name.
Hi, my name. Can you hear me?
Yes.
My name's Louis Seja. Thank you for letting me speak tonight. I want to take this opportunity to speak on behalf of my fellow Midlothian Public Works brothers. I've worked at Midlothian Public Works for nearly 40 years. I enjoy my work. I do a variety of jobs, but the two of my main jobs are operating the tractor and the sign department. I like the challenges that operating the tractor, especially on water main breaks. But I really enjoy my job, and the reason I enjoy it is because of the people. I am a native son of the Village of Midlothian. I was raised on 143rd and Keystone. I attended St. Chris School. I'm a proud alumni of Bremen High School. I spent my entire childhood here. In fact, I love this town so much that my wife and I raised our family. We have two beautiful daughters. I'm active in my community. My family loves Midlothian. All we're asking for is a fair deal. My union brothers and I want to get back to work to continue to serve the Village of Midlothian we love and are proud of. Thank you for this time.
Good evening. Members of the Village Board, thank you for the opportunity to speak today. My name is Nicholas Damiani, and I have the honor of working with the Public Works Department here in our village, as well as being a lifelong resident, attending local schools like St. Christopher, Bremen High School, and also raising my own family in the same great village that I was. I've been a tax-paying resident here for quite some time and have stood by my community alongside my young family and friends who have always called Midlothian home. I stand before you today not only as an employee and taxpayer, but as a representative of my colleagues who are deeply concerned about several important issues affecting our department. As you are aware, our village has long prided itself on its commitment to progress and community welfare. The Public Works Department plays an essential role in maintaining the quality of life for our residents, from road repairs and waste management to snow removal and maintaining public infrastructure. We are the backbone of daily operations that keep everything running smoothly. However, while we work tirelessly to keep the village functioning, we find ourselves facing a series of challenges that are simply unacceptable. As a result of these unresolved issues, the members of the Public Works Department have found themselves in the unfortunate position of being forced into a strike. It was not a decision we made lightly. In fact, it was only after exhausting every other avenue of resolution that we were left with no choice but to take this drastic step. We want nothing more than to get back to doing the work that we love, but we can't do that under conditions that continue to undermine our well-being and dignity. Thank you.
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. My name is Aaron Jerian, and I am proud to say that I represent the IUOE Local 150 members that work for the Department of Public Works in the Village of Midlothian. I'd like to shed some light on the events that led me to being here today. On April 30th, 2024, the collective bargaining agreement between Local 150 and the Village of Midlothian expired. Throughout the past 10 months, we have sat down earnestly and in good faith to bargain this contract. We were not offered, trying not to sound insulting, but we were not offered what we felt was a fair contract. Other bargaining units within the town received significantly more than what we were offered. There seemed to be very little movement in trying to come to a resolution over the past 8 months. So we decided, hey, let's go to mediation. It's a free tool. We could use it. Let's try and see if we could get some movement or some ground, whatever. Unfortunately, we were not able to do anything much in the first session. We scheduled a second session for February 6th. That wasn't canceled by anybody that's in the room here today, but it wasn't canceled by us. And we finally had our other mediation session, in which case we, it was after we had given our letter of intent to strike, which I don't know if it was taken seriously, but Local 150 does not enter into these situations lightly. So after a fruitless negotiation session, which we were ready to stay as late as it took to get something done, we walked away no further to a deal than we were. So after all that, we did decide to walk out on the streets. It's not something that we wanted to do, but it's something that we felt we had to do. And, there's been a little communication going back and forth between our side and your guys' side. I asked that you would consider the most recent offer that we made. Let's end this thing. Let's get back to work. Our guys, Lou's lived here 65 years. He's worked for the village for 40-some years. We got guys with young families, guys who stood united, decided to take a strike vote. Not something we entered into lightly, but guys who are making a big sacrifice to try and get what they deserve. We want to get back to work. The saying, the community that pride built, well, these guys are full of pride, and they go out there every day and they do a great job for this town. And I know that because we were out in front and countless residents were coming in to pay their water bill, and they had nothing but great things to say about us. So I would ask that you guys would take that into consideration, and maybe we could finally, get some resolution on this thing and move forward together. Thank you.
Honorable Mayor, distinguished board members, trustees, appreciate the opportunity to address you also. My name is Marty Durkin. I'm the assistant to the president and business manager at Local 150. As you, I was also an elected official at one point, so I respect and admire anyone who puts their name on a ballot and gets out there and puts themselves in the position you are in. That being said, I want to give more of a historical background on who we are and why we're here today. The members, local workers, came to us back in, I believe, 2013. I was actually the original business agent that organized the group. And see some familiar faces here today. What I would like to say is that our organization as a whole has probably been representing municipalities. We were trying to figure it out before we got here, so don't hold me to it. But as far back as the 1930s with the city of Chicago. And today, we represent over 130 municipalities, all but 2 of them in the state of Illinois, and mostly locally here in the general area. There's 3,000 members in all of those organizations, and probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 contracts, because some of these organizations have more than one agreement. In all of that time, with all of that work, with the multiple contracts that we negotiate on a regular basis in this department, this is only the 3rd time in our history that we've had members hit the streets. So I want to make sure that it's understood clearly that, as been said here prior, we don't take these decisions lightly. From a grievance to an action as we are involved with right now, we're one of those organizations that mostly pushes back on our own members sometimes regarding if something is frivolous or not. So to get to this point, I was not in the room, but I've heard and I've read the messaging that has gone back and forth in press releases. So we just want to make sure that our voices are heard here and they're clear and that you understand the amount of work that went into getting to this point. Again, we have our head negotiator who's sitting at the table in the room here tonight. He's got a pen in his pocket. But that being said, he personally has probably negotiated 500 plus contracts on his own and has never had to walk out with a group of employees. So I have a history with this group. I organized them originally. They're hard workers, and we all know in this room that there's no better economic value than having your own workforce that you can get to at any time in the middle of the night and take care of whatever issues you have. They work hard, and I implore you, the board, to take into consideration all the things we've said here tonight and to get this deal done. We want to go back to work, the members want to go back to work, and I'm sure you guys want them there. They're your neighborhood folks. And you know, I just ask that you direct your team to get back to the table and get this done. I appreciate your time, and have a wonderful evening.
Then I will close the floor to public comment. Move on to tonight's consent agenda. On tonight's consent agenda, number 1, approval for the police department to purchase new tasers for Axon Enterprise in the amount of $38,885.96. Number 2, approval of the Servpro quote for mitigation and restoration of the old police gun range in the amount of $17,550.72. Number 3, approval of the January 2025 Administration Department monthly report. Number 4, approval of the January 2025 Fire Department monthly report. Excuse me. Number 5, approval of the January 2025 Police Department monthly report. Number 6, approval of the January 2025 Public Works Department monthly report. Number 7, approval of the January 2025 Treasurer's monthly report. Number 8, approval of the February 5th, 2025 committee meeting minutes. Number 9, approval of the February 5th, 2025 closed session meeting minutes. Number 10, approval of the February 12th, 2025 board meeting minutes. Number 11, approval of the February 12th, 2025 closed session meeting minutes. Number 12, approval of the February 19th, 2025 committee meeting minutes. Number 13, approval of the February 19th, 2025 closed session meeting minutes. And number 14, approval of the list of bills. Is there any item any trustee would like off of tonight's consent agenda? Hearing no dissension, I'm looking for a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda as read.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please, Clerk Moskowitz.
Trustee Cavey.
Aye.
Trustee Crawley.
Aye.
Trustee Brevette.
Aye.
Trustee Hilly.
Aye.
Trustee Johnson.
Aye.
Trustee Killily.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir. Moving on to trustee business, trustee Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have one item tonight I'd like to bring to the board's attention, that it's that time of year where we will be purchasing our pet tags. I've provided a quote. We're going to buy 500 tags for this upcoming 25-26 season for $318. I'm looking to put it on the consent agenda next week if there aren't any questions.
There won't be a consent agenda next week, but we can put it on your business for
Okay.
approval.
That's right, sorry.
Anything else?
That'll be it. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Trustee Burbett.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Hilly.
Just a couple things. I received the email from Chief Hotwagner, and it seems we had a firefighter that is resigning this Friday, so he's going to start the process to replace him and do what we can in the meantime to cut overtime. On a social note, this Saturday is the Forest St. Patrick's Day flop. Most of the businesses in Midlothian that are having specials and whatnot. Also, the parade goes down Central Avenue from 151st to about the Park District. It's a great time, family fun.
Hope to see you there.
Yep.
That's it?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Cavey.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I would like to make the motion to approve the part-time code enforcement officer job.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please, Clerk Moskowitz.
Trustee Cavey.
Aye.
Trustee Crawley.
Aye.
Trustee Brevette.
Aye.
Trustee Hilly.
Aye.
Trustee Johnson.
Aye.
Trustee Killily.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Clerk, could you post that on the village website and Facebook page for me tonight? Thank you very much. Just a couple other items. The State Farm Building on 147th and Colmar is scheduled to be demoed this Monday, the 3rd, providing that there's no weather issues that pop up inadvertently. So I want to thank everybody that thank the team that worked together on this. Ty, Superintendent of Public Works, and Dave Pleat, our engineer, and Mike Ganaka, our Superintendent of Building Department. Attorney Valadez, I sent a note earlier today with regards to 14850 Pulaski, which is the vacant building across the street next to the Dollar Tree. The owner of the building now has gone dark again and is not doing anything to maintain the building or try to market it or develop it or do anything with it. So could you work with Superintendent Ganaka and issue a letter to him pursuant to our derelict vacant property ordinance that we approved last year? I sent a copy of the ordinance to both of you,
Yes,
but if you could do that, I'd appreciate it.
will do.
And that is all I have for this evening.
Thank you, ma'am. Trustee Kiley.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Crowley.
Just one thing tonight, sir. I'd like to make a motion to approve ordinance 2164, an ordinance amending Title I, Chapter 24 of the Municipal Code of the Village of Midlothian, Cook County, Illinois.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
That was a lot of words.
Can
That
you,
was a lot of words for me.
can you elaborate for the record what Title I, Chapter 24 is?
Yes, this is amends our reporting requirements to Cook County for our TIF area.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please. Clerk Moscow.
Trustee Crowley.
Aye.
Trustee Hilly.
Aye.
Trustee Burback.
Aye.
Trustee Kami.
Aye.
Trustee Johnson.
Aye.
Trustee Killiely.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And then just today is the final day to register for our trivia fundraiser for the Community Policing and Safety Committee meeting, which will be Friday. So if anybody's still interested, we have about just under 60 people signed up to play trivia. So we're looking forward to it. We're gonna have a lot of great raffle baskets, and it will be at the VFW. So come out, support the CPC, and support our veterans. That's all I have this evening, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Moving on to Department Head, Chief Hotwiner.
I have nothing to add, sir.
Thank you, sir. Chief Delaney.
I have nothing to say.
Thank you, sir. Superintendent Kanaka.
Nothing tonight, sir.
Thank you, sir. Superintendent Swanson.
Yes, just a couple of things. We asked all residents in the Phase 1 area of the red line replacement project to please continue to fill out their access agreements and send them in to either Robinson Engineering or City Plumbing. And we also ask all residents to please be patient while our department comes to a fair decision for both sides. That's it, sir.
Thank you, sir. Engineer Clayton.
Thank you, Mayor. Just one thing tonight. We do have an open house scheduled before the board meeting on March 12th in 2 weeks. That's going to be for the lead service line Phase 2 project, which is in the planning stages right now. It's geared towards the people who are actually within the project area, but anybody can come. If you're within the project area, you should be getting something in the mail shortly. That's all I have.
Engineer Claire, can you send that to me too, and I'll make sure it goes out in our constant contact emails?
Yeah. That's all.
Is that scheduled for 6 p.m.?
5:30.
5:30?
Just about, I too need
Thank you, sir. Deputy Clerk Harris.
I have nothing tonight, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Director Redmond.
Nothing tonight, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Attorney Valdez.
Nothing.
Thank you, sir. I have nothing tonight. Clerk Moscow.
I just have one item. The clerk's office received a request for a block party on Saturday, June 14th from 12 p.m. to 11 p.m., the 14900 blocks of Kenneth and Kilbourne. It is signed by 3 residents. Does any board member have any issue with this?
No.
Okay. Deputy Clerk Harris will send them a letter of approval. That's all I have, sir.
Thank you, sir. And at this time, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn to closed session to discuss the collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or the representatives.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We're in closed session. There will be no further action following closed session.